What up, YouTube? It's NoChainzz, and I am back for another commentary, and we are finally in week 17, the final game of this regular season, and we are facing off against our division rivals of the AFC North in the Cleveland Browns. And this team is not much improved this year. They do have a complete stud at quarterback in AJ McCarron, and he is just progressing so nicely, and he is something we need to worry about going forward in this franchise. But I'm going to use this episode to talk about a few things. For the most part, I will commentate it a little bit, but AJ McCarron is hurt, by the way. But I'm going to be using this video to talk about some things like the offseason and stuff like that, because this game doesn't have much meaning. We already wrapped up our playoff berth. I think we're playing for home field advantage now, because the Ravens are right on our heels, as they are they're going to finish the season 12-4, but we need to make sure we get this win so we don't end up tying with them. And I'm not sure how that works, really, like the home field advantage and stuff like that, but I just want to win. They have picked up a few receivers, Vincent Brown being one of them, but Brandon Whedon will get the start for them. But like I said, I'm going to be talking about a few things. The first thing I talk about, or I'm going to talk about, and I actually do mention it in the season wrap-up video that you guys can expect following this video soon. I touched on it a little bit in that video, but I just really wanted to talk about the offseason, my approach during the offseason. My main objective, whether we win the Super Bowl or not, is going to be to get younger. We have a lot of players, a lot of older players at that are going to be expiring soon, like Terrence Newman. Newman. I don't even know who that is. But then you have Travell Wharton as well. And then there's some other older guys. I believe we only have Anquan Bolden for this year. I'll have to check on that. I think we only got him for 1 year. I'll actually double check that as soon as I finish commentating. And like I said, my objective is going to be to get younger. I definitely want to get younger. And I can't help but feel like I can upgrade the QB position. I mean, Andy Dalton isn't bad. He isn't terrible, of course. I mean, he's led us to a good record. But if you ask me, that's due to the weapons we have, and that's due to our shutdown defense, our defense that gets so many takeaways. You know, if I had to credit to one phase of the team, it would definitely be the defense. It has nothing to do, well, not nothing to do. Let me not go that far. It has way more to do with the defense than it does the offense. And also, Tyler Eifert is back, so that's good news for Andy Dalton as well. They're BFFs, and he loves Tyler Eifert. He goes to him a lot in this franchise. But like I said, I'm going to want to get younger, and I'm going to want to upgrade my QB position. Andy Dalton is good, but I can get a little bit better, and I can get somebody that fits this offense well. I need a guy with a really, really big arm, a guy with a deep threat, so that AJ Green can flourish. He's our best receiver, and our quarterback can't even throw it past 20 yards accurately. So, I mean, due to our assets and the weapons we have, I think we have to change QBs. As you guys see, he throws a good ball right there to Anquan Bolden, but I think I'm going to upgrade it through the draft. I may keep Andy Dalton around if he can win the Super Bowl. If he wins the Super Bowl, I may go ahead and re-sign him for some years. But Andy Dalton, he's just so inconsistent. He could have a great year, then come back the next year and play terrible. So I don't know if I want to commit to that for the future. I mean, with a game manager, like with offenses, even in Super Bowl winning teams, the game manager at QB is interchangeable. You know, when you get teams that win off of defense mostly, they have game managers like Trent Dilfer. I think he won a bowl, and he's a game manager. Alex Smith, he didn't win a Super Bowl, but he came pretty close, and I think he can win a bowl, or he could have with the 49ers. You know, at the same time, Alex Smith would be expendable for them, you know, if they had a feasible upgrade, just like you saw with Colin Kaepernick. They didn't even go back to Alex Smith when they saw what Kaepernick could do. But I'm not sure if that's the same thing. But I want to draft a guy that has a big arm, and I also want to get somebody who can replace Geno Atkins, who will be walking in the free agency. I talk about this in the next episode, but I'm going to try to go after him in the free agency as well. As you guys see, Tyler Eifert gets a nice catch right there downfield, and he is having a great day so far if you guys are even paying attention. But like I said, I need somebody that's going to replace Geno Atkins, and I will be going after him in the free agency as well, because I definitely want to bring him back if we can, if he doesn't get snatched up on the first day of free agency. But if not, I need somebody to replace him. I want to draft somebody, or I may just keep Damata Peko at the other D tackle spot and let him and Easley man the middle for us. And I also need to upgrade my QB. I'm sorry, not QB. I'm sorry. I've been talking about QB the whole video. My cornerback position through the draft as well. I need somebody who can take over for Leon Hall, or essentially for EJ Gain when EJ Gaines takes over for Leon Hall, if that makes sense. So when Leon Hall retires, I'm going to need somebody to get on that other side of EJ Gaines. So I need to get somebody through the draft, and I will be switching to a 3-4 next year so we can utilize Ray Maluga, who has been playing great, and then we could utilize TJ Mosley, who we spent a high draft pick on last year. And I don't want to just let him sit back there, because we just re-signed Ray Maluga, and he's been playing excellent. When I say excellent, I mean excellent. But look at the blown coverage by the Browns, and that allows Anquan Bolden, who has just been tremendous for us this year, to get another touchdown to his resume and increase our lead to 24-3 going into halftime. So we're dominating right now. And I also want to focus on the offensive line in the offseason. And just so you guys know, I most likely will not be getting a quarterback through the free agency period. That's just not the Bengals' way. And frankly, I don't want to spend that much money on a QB unless somehow, no, I probably wouldn't get Peyton Manning, but he's retired. But the only QB that I can see myself spending money on is Kurt Warner, just because that's my all-time favorite guy. And, let our guy that we draft play behind him. But I probably won't do that. But that's my favorite QB by far in all-time history. But I know that after this season, Cam Newton is a free agent, but I will not be picking him up, because if I got him on the team that we have, I would probably go 16-0, and that wouldn't even be fun to watch. Because if I had Cam Newton, I would probably just blow out the computer every single week. But yeah, those are my offseason plans. So in order, I want to get a QB, because we went 13-3, or it's looking like we're gonna go 13-3. I'm sorry, but if we go 13-3, that's a good year. But the thing that held us back from being completely great has to be the QB position. If there's an upgrade there, I'm gonna take it. And I think Blake Bortles will be that guy if I could trade up far enough to get him. But look at Ray Maluga. He is just playing so great since we brought in CJ Mosley. It's like he has a chip on his shoulder. We go out and spend a high draft pick on a middle linebacker, and Ray Maluga says, wait, this is my spot. This is my defense. And there he is making some plays. As you guys see, look at the crazy throw by Whedon. And EJ Gaines has 15 interceptions, and he has broken the record. I thought 15 was tying the record, but 15 is actually breaking the record, and I found that out when I did the next episode in this series. When I was recording that, I found it out. But anyway, like I said, my offseason priorities are the QB position, the cornerback position, and the offensive line, increasing some depth on the offensive line so we can get some protection for our new quarterback, assuming that we can get one. And I'm thinking I'm going to trade up to get Blake Bortles, because he is projected to go way higher than we have a pick for. So I'm thinking about the pieces that I am willing to trade. If it comes to that, I'll trade Andy Dalton if I'm all in with this guy. And I'm also willing to trade Eric Decker, even though we just re-signed him to a new deal. But I don't know. We'll have to find out. Who else am I willing to trade? I think that's about it, because we have a lot of talent on offense. We could stand to lose some weapons. So, one of these receivers may be on the block. Sanu may be on the block. I think that's about it. Eric Decker catches the pass right there. As far as defense, I don't think there's anybody I want to trade. I may trade Pac-Man Jones maybe because we have Drake Kirkpatrick, and then we're going to get somebody else through the draft. So those are just the pieces that I wanted to trade. I want to build through the draft. So I'm going to try to, like I said, get younger, try to trade away some of these older players if I can, and get some youngsters on this team that will lead us for years to come. As you guys see, on 4th down, Trent Richardson just says, nope, I'm not going to catch that. But, yeah, we're leading in this game. I think I talked about everything, but we're leading 30-13 over this team. It's looking like we're going to finish off our season with a first-round bye at a record of 13-3 and get home field advantage throughout. So that's definitely good for us. As you guys see, Carlos Dunlap is just playing excellent. But we get the ball back, and then we have to punt it right back up to them, and they get a chance to just get some dignity points on the board. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to cover for the off season. Also I want to draft a power back, a change of pace back to go behind Giovanni Bernard. That's the only upgrade other than quarterback I want to make to the offense. I mean, defense, we played great. I really don't know what I really need. I mean, we have Geno leaving. We need to get a D tackle through the draft. And like I said, we need some younger cornerbacks. So I mean, this team is pretty good already. We'll just have to see how the contracts and everything play out, and if anybody is going to leave through free agency. I know Trevor Robinson wants to leave, but we're going to try to bring him back during the free agency period as well. So we're mainly going to try to draft and retain some of our own guys. Don't expect me to be very active in the free agency because I'm just going to try to get a few pieces that need to be filled. No big splashes for me this year. And then we have our new stadium next year, so that'll be great. What better way to start a new dynasty than with a new QB, a new stadium, and I think this is going to be really fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one later.